Today I'm going to tell you a horror story, so watch till the end, it's going to be really creepy. It all started when my cousin Drew, a 19-year-old retail worker from Ohio, got a seasonal job at one of those Spirit Halloween pop-up stores that mysteriously appear in abandoned strip malls every fall. This one had opened inside an old, decaying Sears outlet that had been closed for over a decade and looked like a forgotten husk of a building with dust-covered glass doors, flickering overhead signs, and dead silence that felt heavier than air. Drew wasn't excited about the gig, but he needed the money, and hey, who doesn't love a little Halloween spirit, right? But from the moment he walked into that building for orientation, he said something felt off. The store manager, a pale woman with glassy eyes named Cheryl, never blinked and kept referring to the visitors who come in after hours, as if it were normal for customers to show up at 2A. Ew. The other employees were quiet, always avoiding eye contact, and no one ever laughed, not even when a prank-loving kid tried on a farting zombie costume. Drew brushed it off until he started noticing things moving at night, like props changing positions when no one had touched them, or hearing footsteps behind him when he was alone in the store stocking shelves. He swore that one night he saw the 10-foot animatronic werewolf turn its head to follow him as he passed, even though it wasn't plugged in, and its eyes glowed faintly red just for a second. Still, he kept showing up for work, convinced it was just Halloween jitters, until one evening he had to close the store alone because Cheryl had mysteriously left early, saying she had to feed the inventory, whatever the hell that meant. Drew texted me that night telling me, "Bro, I think the store is haunted or cursed or something. The mannequins are breathing," and I thought he was joking, but he wasn't. He stayed late to restock the mask aisle and realized that every time he turned around, the Michael Myers mannequin was just a little closer, like an inch or two, even though it was supposedly bolted to the floor. When he finally got the nerve to touch it, its plastic hand twitched under his grip and then went limp like a dead fish. And that's when he lost it and tried to leave, but the front doors, which were unlocked minutes before, wouldn't budge no matter how hard he pushed. Panicked, he ran to the employee break room to call 911, but there was no cell signal, and the store phone had gone dead too. Like the building had suddenly disconnected from the rest of the world. That's when the power cut out, plunging everything into darkness except for the emergency exit lights glowing faint red down each aisle, casting shadows that didn't match the shapes of the shelves or displays, and Drew said he saw something crawl across the floor of the costume section, dragging a long black robe behind it and muttering something in Latin. He tried hiding in the kids' costume room, behind a rack of unicorn onesies, but the voices followed him, whispering his name over and over like they were peeling it out of his soul. And he could hear toys giggling, actual giggling, and see a pair of eyes blinking at him from inside a jack-o'-lantern prop. Hours passed, or maybe minutes. Time didn't make sense anymore, and eventually Cheryl returned. But she wasn't T alone. She was leading what looked like a procession of mannequins dressed in ancient ritual costumes. And their arms weren't stiff plastic anymore, but long and sinewy, pulsing like flesh under tattered cloth. Drew screamed, and they all turned to look at him at once, their hollow plastic eyes now swirling like vortexes, and Cheryl calmly told him, "You've been chosen to become part of the permanent collection." He doesn't remember much after that, except waking up in the hospital days later, found unconscious in the back storage room, curled into a fetal position and muttering the words, "They blink when no one looks." Doctors chalked it up to exhaustion and hallucinations, but Drew quit the job and moved out of state the following week, and we thought the nightmare was over until 3 nights ago, when I went to check out a new Spirit Halloween opening in my town. And as I walked through the door, the same Cheryl greeted me with that dead smile and whispered, "You look like someone we've been expecting." And behind her, among the mannequins, I swear I saw one that looked just like Drew, same height. Same hoodie, same glassy, panicked eyes staring at me like he was trapped inside. I left immediately and haven't slept since. Because now, every time I walk past a Spirit Halloween, I feel something watching me, like the store itself is alive, hungry for more people to trap in its endless Halloween night, and maybe next time, it'll be you. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more creepy stories. And whatever you do, never stay after closing.